Welcome to the series on Azure Migrate, your free migration and modernization platform, which helps you move workloads in a consistent and secure manner to Azure. In this video, we will show you how to discover your VMware resources so you can migrate to Azure. Before proceeding, ensure that you have watched the video describing how to create an Azure Migrate project. Here are the things to take care of before deploying an appliance. Ensure the appliance meets networking requirements and can connect to necessary endpoints. To discover the basic configuration of servers running in VMware estate, a vCenter account with read-only privileges is required. For deeper discovery of the VMware estate, and to enable software inventory, agentless dependency analysis, and performance-based assessments, domain account or Windows and Linux guest credentials are required. For discovering SQL Server instances in databases, create least privileged credentials following this guide. To discover .NET Web Apps and Apache Tomcat web servers running on Linux servers, set up least privileged guest credentials. From the Azure Migrate project overview page, click on Discover Using Appliance and select the virtualization environment as VMware. Provide a name for the appliance and generate the project key. You can convert an existing server to an appliance VM using the downloaded zip file or set up a new appliance VM with an OVA template. For this demo, we will download the zip file, execute the zip file, Azure Migrate installer file as an administrator, and select the appliance type as VMware. Choose the cloud type and whether the appliance will be set up with public endpoint or private endpoint connectivity. After the zip file execution is completed, the Appliance Configuration Manager web app is launched automatically. The first check ensures that you can connect to the necessary Azure endpoints. If the server is running behind a proxy server, add the proxy server details. Authentication and non-authentication types of proxy servers are supported. If using an authentication-based proxy, you can enter those details. The time sync check ensures that the time in the appliance is in sync with Azure to ensure that discovery is done smoothly. The next step is to register this appliance with the Azure Migrate project. Here we need to paste the project key that we have created in the Azure portal. In this step, upgrade and registration operations are executed together. By default, auto upgrade is enabled, and you don't need to worry about the management of the appliance. The next step is where you need to log into Azure. The user account that you use here should have sufficient privileges to register the appliance to the project. After the prerequisite checks are completed, add the credentials of the vCenter that manages the VMware VMs. Selective machines can be discovered from VMware environment using a scoped vCenter account. You can enter a friendly name for the credentials, followed by username and password. Now we need to provide the vCenter details. Provide the FQDN or IP address and port information of the vCenter. By default, the appliance communicates to vCenter over port 443. If the vCenter is listening on a different port, you can specify the port number. Select the friendly name that we used for the credentials. The credentials added here are always stored inside the appliance. The credentials are encrypted using Data Protection APIs or DPAPI, which is a secure 256 encryption. Now we have successfully added the vCenter as the discovery source. With these details, the appliance can discover the machines in the vCenter with server metadata like OS info, disk info, CPU info, and memory info would be populated in Azure portal. For deeper discovery of software inventory, agentless dependency analysis, and discovery of SQL and .NET workloads, you need to provide the server credentials. Here we can add different types of credentials. We can either add domain credentials for a set of servers or add non-domain credentials like Windows, Linux, and SQL credentials. By providing this pool of credentials, the appliance would intelligently map these credentials and discover software inventory, perform dependency analysis, and discover SQL and .NET workloads. If you are facing any issues with respect to appliance, you can execute run diagnostics to self-diagnose the issues without the need to open a support incident. After adding all the credentials, click on Start Discovery to initiate the discovery process, and it will take about 10 to 15 minutes for the data to reflect in the Azure portal. To perform agentless migration, the same VMware appliance can be used. For next steps, watch the next video in the series to explore the discovered inventory, troubleshooting issues from Action Center, and learn how to create a business case. Thank you for watching this video.